Hey folks, Engineer 775 coming to you with a little product review. I was talking to my dad the other day about, we're always comparing notes on cutting firewood and keeping our properties trimmed up, and he went with an electric pole saw. I've had a little Husky pole saw before, and it's kind of run its course and had many issues. So what he told me is that he took his little Honda generator and a cord and went along his wood line with this little Sun Joe electric chainsaw, 6.5 amp pole saw. They make a lot of different versions, but this is the one that had the best reviews. It's the simplest one, doesn't do anything but telescope. I think it's got an 8-foot extension on it. So we're gonna fill this baby with oil. I think it's got an Oregon bar and chain set up on it. It's got a little sheath that comes with it. So this is really cool. So always looking for ways to use the electricity that we produce from our solar system to kind of be sustainable and take care of our property with the power that we can make ourselves. So this is, again, part of my fun move from fossil fuels, gasoline, diesel, over to electric. And so we're going to go try this little Sun Joe. The amazing thing about this is that it was $49.95. So we haven't tried it yet, so we're going to see. But for $50, the amount of work, I know what this is going to do, because the last pole saw I used was fantastic. You're able to clean up a lot, things that you can't reach. And the main reason, again, for me getting this is when I try to bush hog around the edge of my pastures, everything's overgrown in many of the places, so it's scratching up my tractor and smacking me in the face. And so there's a lot of, I need to cut at the clearance height of my ROPS, my roll bar on the back of the tractor, and make sure I can get real close to the fence line, and this baby's going to do it. So let's go try the Sun Joe out. Again, this is the Sun Joe SWJ 800E, and this was the best seller on Amazon, and $49.95.
Oh my god. Let it rip. Alright. That's pretty good on a 2-inch piece of cedar. Very good. Oh, let me try. No. Not yet. I'm having too much fun. Now oh yeah, this will make a lot of work quicker. Okay.
Okay, this is a continuation of reviewing the Sun Joe pole saw. It's the 6.5 amp 8-inch electric pole saw. Well, we've run it for a couple of days using a Honda generator, and we have made a pretty monster brush pile. Some of this was cut with a chainsaw, but a large majority of all the high branches were done with the Sun Joe. And I was able to do, it's probably a good 1/4 mile of fence line that we were able to clear up so that there's perfect clearance for my tractor to go along and get close to the edge when I'm cutting. So we got thinking about what else can we do with the Sun Joe. Well, today we ditched the Honda, though that was pretty efficient and worked great. I've got a couple of these Mega Power AGM batteries that we pulled out of a job. I always have a battery or two kicking around. We've got a modified sine 3000 watt inverter I've had for years for silly experiments, and just a small 30-watt panel as a maintenance charge on this, a float charge on this battery. So we're sitting about 13.2 volts, and the cool thing is it actually has a better startup than the Honda did. It just surges, it's instant. And putting it in this trailer on my golf cart allows me to go down all the fence lines and trim it up. I was gonna do a 48 volt inverter off of the golf cart, but they're pretty expensive. There's tons of 12 volt inverters around, so if you have a battery, you're good to go. So let's give it a try. Okay, the only thing you have to do maintenance wise, like normal chainsaws, make sure the chain tension is good, and then adding oil, bar oil. It has a nice little sight window so that you know, because usually on a chainsaw, if you're running out of gas, you change the oil at the same time. With this, you just keep going, and you could tear up the bar, burn it up without keeping the oil full. So we are actually going to use the Sun to run the Sun Joe. See how she does. Problem with that inverter, there's no surge. I mean, you can't even tell. There's no hesitation when I pull the trigger. Absolutely none. The Honda actually bogged down a little on eco mode, but with this 3,000 watt inverter, it's 6.5 amps. What do I need? About 800 watts to run this. So no problem. Got this big old gel cell battery. It's being charged with that little panel. So this actually makes cleaning up around the homestead a lot of fun because it's super quiet. You just have chain noise, little motor noise, but you don't need any protection. It's way away, and then you can extend it. Here we are, we're extended 8 feet. I can still reach up a little bit higher, and drop the branch right on yourself if you want to. Some of those branches are hard to get, not with a Sun Joe. Look at that, that's a beautiful thing. Now we're up, let's see, this is we're up like 14 feet. And a shout out to my dad, who's the one that told me about it. And so I went and bought one on Amazon, had them on Cyber Monday, or Black Friday, for $49.95.
It might take a little while. She's supposed to tune it up. Sun Joe don't care.
A lot less time than a traditional pole saw.
Oh yeah.
Look at those chips are flying. Dang-o.
At an angle even, no less.
We are, we're extended 8 feet. I can still reach up a little bit higher, and drop the branch right on yourself if you want to. Some of those branches are hard to get, not with a Sun Joe. Look at that, that's a beautiful thing. Now we're up, let's see, we're up like 14 feet. Awesome. If you look down my fence line, I couldn't even get close to this fence line. It was so embarrassing how much it had overgrown. I had to go away like 10-15 feet from the fence with the tractor. Now I can go right up to the fence. That'll provide more sunlight up there. It just cleans everything up. And very impressed with this little saw. So they have a lot of different products with the chainsaw and their pole saw, so I might try the chainsaw next because this was so awesome for $50. Thanks, Sun Joe.